My name is Victoria Bond, and I've written a piece called Leopold Bloom's Homecoming from James Joyce's Ulysses. Ulysses has been a book that has meant a great deal to me for many, many years, and I started out by setting the Molly Bloom portion, the very end of Ulysses. And this is the second section, or I should say second from the end section, the Ithaca section. And it's when Leopold Bloom, after having many adventures throughout the day, comes back to his wife, who's in bed, and he crawls into bed next to her, and she asks him questions, and he answers some of them, and he keeps several secrets from her. This is all in the voice of the narrator. And in addition to the narrator, who is describing what each of the characters is doing and what they say, there's also a questioner, an offstage questioner, who asks questions in a very catechismic way that the narrator then answers. And what I've done is that I've arranged these all in a series of different musical forms. I have a fantasia, a waltz, a blues, a lullaby, and so each one of the sections is in a different dance or musical form, which is what I did in Molly Bloom's soliloquy as well. The language itself is so musical, which is what drew me to Ulysses in the first place. And James Joyce himself was a singer of a great virtuosity with a beautiful voice. As a matter of fact, he came in second in a vocal competition with the great James McCormick. So he was a singer of no mean background, and the musicality of his words really reflects his interest in music. And of course there are musical references throughout Ulysses, which also made it fun. It's sort of like a treasure hunt, so I had to look for what these sources were, and whenever possible I actually used the melodies of the songs that he was describing, some of them coming from opera, some of them coming from popular musical forms of the day. And the part of the book that, or the part of Ithaca really that attracted me was the very end of it, just before Molly Bloom's soliloquy, when he's falling asleep. And I just wanted to read you some of these words because they're so beautiful. They're almost like a children's nursery rhyme in a very sophisticated voice. James Joyce says, "He rests, he has traveled." And the questioner says, "with," and the narrator says, "Sinbad the sailor, and Tinbad the tailor, and Jinbad the jailer, and Winbad the whaler, and Ninbad the nailer, and Finbad the failer." And he goes on with this kind of almost doggerel voice, but it has such a beautiful rhythm and such a sweet naivete to it. And what's happening is that Leopold Bloom is just finally falling asleep. And I've set this as a lullaby, naturally. This is going to be sung by a wonderful tenor, Rufus Müller, and an absolutely fabulous pianist, Jenny Lin. And I invite you to come and hear the whole work.